love. And I commend that to you. And again, that's something for another time. Here's the takeaway. That's a lot of information. But here's the takeaway, because this is what happened to me as I was in that place of amazing love, amazing transformation. I sat on the Racial Justice and Reconciliation Legislative Committee. And it wasn't until we were breaking at the end, after working together for 10 days, that I looked around the room and I said, it was kind of like, wow, we are such a diverse group. You know, we were black, we were white, we were Hawaiian, we were Native Indian, Native American Indian, we were from India. Bishop Prince Singh was the, one of the leaders of our committee. And the collaboration that went on in that committee was phenomenal. We passed 11 resolutions. We worked together from different perspectives. And the thing that I came away with was this collaboration takes away all divisions. When you are collaborating with people, as opposed to, people can come together and say, you know, this is what I believe and this is what I believe, and just stand their ground. Right? And I'm going to convince you, or you're going to convince me that I'm wrong, or you're wrong, and I'm right, or you're right, or whatever. And when we do that, we just butt heads and butt heads and butt heads and butt heads. And that's what's happening that I see in this country. Like, why don't they change? Why don't they see? Why don't they know? And it's both sides saying this. And how do we deal with that? Well, rhetoric and debate and trying to convince another is not the way forward. The way forward is love. And as an aside, Ann and I saw the movie Won't You Be My Neighbor? Mr. Rogers' movie. And one of the things that Mr. Rogers said on one of his interviews was, people learn to love by being loved. People learn compassion by experiencing compassion. People learn hate by being hated, or growing up in a hateful environment. And so when people, this is what I'm convinced about. If we can each find one person who is different than us and simply love and respect them for who they are intentionally and with dialogue, not just like, well, you know, like Susan is different than me and I respect Susan and I walk away. I need to be in relationship with Susan and respect her as I am sitting with her and having conversation with her, and not trying to change her mind or convince her that she's wrong. You know, and so all the things that are going on social media and things like that are not helpful. It's just not helpful, because Arno Michaelis was changed because he met love face to face. One woman noticed one tattoo on his hand and it began to change his life. It didn't happen that day, it didn't happen that time, and I'm sure that woman has no idea what she ever did. But when we encounter people who are different than us, when we see things that are happening that break our hearts, the action we can take is by loving another and helping someone who is distressed or lost or what have you, and just being present, or not even those who are in that situation, but those who are in positions of power or in positions of whatever. That when we come into a relationship like this, it will never ever be this. The only way it can be this is when we truly love, and love is about respect. And I just know that we Christians, the Episcopal Church, the Episcopal branch of the Jesus movement, we are a people of hope. We are a people of joy. We are a people of love that knows the way to a better life than any of us could ever imagine. And so I just invite each of us to find that one person that we might be able to make the difference in their life. Not by changing their minds, but by walking with them in love. Amen. Oh.